Welcome to Unwritten, stories from Snuggly.Cloud, where each tale unfolds with every choice. Settle in and let the narrative guide you.
The rain drums heavily on the awning above, blurring the neon lights of the street. Beside you, the stranger shakes water from their hair, laughing quietly. The storm doesn't seem like it will end anytime soon. Choose how to begin.
Offer to share your umbrella, even if it won't help much.
You reach out and offer your umbrella with a gentle smile, even though shelter under it might be a cramped affair for two. The raindrops sprinkle around you like scattered silver coins, and the smell of wet pavement mingles with the faint scent of rain-soaked earth nearby. The stranger looks at you, hesitation flickering in their eyes before a warm gratitude takes its place. I don't suppose it keeps much dry, but company in the rain is better than solitude, they say, stepping closer under the small canopy. Outside, the puddles ripple as a breeze stirs, and the distant hum of the city pulses softer beneath the rain's steady patter.
Ask about their favorite thing to do on rainy days.
The stranger's eyes soften as they consider your question, the glistening raindrops casting tiny, shifting prisms in their gaze. Around you, the wet street reflects the flickering neon signs, and the rhythmic tapping of rain creates a soothing backdrop. I like to find little cafes with big windows, they say quietly, voice almost blending with the rain's patter. Somewhere to watch the wet world blur by, maybe with a warm drink and a book. It's a slow kind of comfort, you know? For a moment, you both fall silent together, two figures under a fragile umbrella, sheltered from the wet city, but still alive to the storm's embrace. The stranger's eyes soften as they consider your question, the glistening raindrops casting tiny, shifting prisms in their gaze. Around you, the wet street reflects the flickering neon signs, and the rhythmic tapping of rain creates a soothing backdrop. I like to find little cafes with big windows, they say quietly, voice almost blending with the rain's patter. Somewhere to watch the wet world blur by, maybe with a warm drink and a book. It's a slow kind of comfort, you know? For a moment, you both fall silent together, two figures under a fragile umbrella, sheltered from the wet city, but still alive to the storm's embrace.
Suggest you both find a cozy spot together when the rain eases.
You offer a tentative smile. When the rain lets up a little, maybe we could find one of those cozy cafes together. It might be nice to share that quiet comfort. The stranger's face brightens with a soft laugh, eyes crinkling in the warmth of a new possibility. I'd like that, they say. Around you, the city hums gently beneath the cascade of falling water, the neon signs shimmering like stars reflected in puddles at your feet. The rain continues its steady rhythm, a hush that makes the world seem both vast and intimate all at once.
Offer to tell them about a nearby spot you know well.
You smile softly, the umbrella gently shaking as the rain falls. There's a little place just a few blocks from here I really like. Warm lights, the smell of fresh coffee, and a window that looks out onto the street where the rain collects in puddles. It feels like a quiet refuge. The stranger listens closely, eyes reflecting the wet glow of neon and street lamps. Their breath forms soft little clouds in the cool air. Sounds perfect, they say. Lead the way when the storm calms. Outside, the rain continues its steady song, a soothing rhythm that wraps around the two of you like a shared secret.
Ask what kind of books they like to bring to such rainy day hideouts.
The stranger's gaze drifts briefly to the shimmering puddles near your feet before they answer. Voice a soft murmur beneath the rain's steady cadence. I usually pick something gentle, something that doesn't rush. Poetry, sometimes, or quiet stories where the characters move as slowly as the rain itself. They glance back at you with a small, thoughtful smile. What about you? Do you have a favorite kind of book for a day like this? Around you, the city's neon flickers in the wet streets, the rain a constant, gentle presence wrapping the moment in calm.
Suggest swapping book recommendations sometime over coffee.
You smile softly, feeling the warmth where your words meet theirs beneath the shelter of the umbrella. How about we swap book recommendations sometime over coffee? It feels like the kind of conversation that tastes better shared slowly, just like the rain. Their eyes brighten with quiet joy, the glow of the wet city reflecting in them like little fires. I'd like that very much, they say. A chance to discover new worlds together. Outside, the storm hums on, its rhythm weaving around you both, a gentle, unspoken invitation to more moments like this.
Suggest you both name one book that changed how you see the world.
Your gaze meets theirs, the shared warmth beneath the umbrella, making the cool rain feel distant and soft. Why don't we each name one book that changed how we see the world? It's a small way to know each other better, even if the storm stretches on. They nod thoughtfully, the reflection of the city's wet lights dancing in their eyes. A beautiful idea. I'll start when you're ready. The rain's gentle drumming persists, a steady heartbeat in this quiet moment between two strangers slowly becoming something more.
Invite them to speak first, curious about their choice.
You tilt your head slightly, curiosity softening your voice. Why don't you go first? I'd love to hear the book that changed how you see the world. The stranger's eyes grow distant for a moment, as if reaching back through time. It's a book of poetry, actually, quiet, unassuming verses that taught me to notice the small moments, to find beauty in the everyday and the overlooked. Their smile is gentle, almost wistful. It changed how I move through the world, especially when it rains. Outside, the rain keeps falling softly, a steady companion to this unfolding confidence between you.
Share your own book and why it mattered.
You take a breath, the sound of rain weaving softly around your words. There's a novel I read years ago, a story about people finding light through their own shadows. It taught me that even in the darkest moments, there's a quiet strength in holding on, in small acts of kindness. It's why I've always been drawn to rainy days. They remind me that growth and renewal come in gentle, slow rhythms. The stranger nods thoughtfully, their eyes reflecting the shimmering streetlights and pools gathering on the pavement. That's beautiful. Sometimes storms outside mirror the ones inside us, don't they? The rain continues its steady pattern, a lullaby for two wandering souls coming closer through shared stories.
Suggest you both start planning which books to bring to that cafe meeting.
You smile warmly, the soft rain pattering around you like a quiet song. Maybe we could start planning now. Think about which books we'd bring to that cafe meeting when the storm eases. It feels like the beginning of something gentle and meaningful. The stranger nods, their eyes reflecting the glow of street lamps dripping wet. I like that, a slow unfolding, like the rain itself. It makes the wait feel less restless. Around you, the city breathes under layers of water and light, two companions caught in the shared rhythm of a lingering storm.
Ask if they have a favorite genre or author in mind to start the list.
Their eyes brighten with a hint of excitement beneath the umbrella's dim shelter. I tend toward quiet fiction, stories that unfold gently, with characters who linger long after the last page. As for authors, I've always admired the way Haruki Murakami weaves the surreal into everyday moments, like rain making the ordinary feel extraordinary. They glance at you, a soft curiosity in their smile. What about you? Any favorites that belong on our list? The rain continues its steady fall, a soft backdrop to these whispered plans that feel like new beginnings.
Share your favorite author or genre to add to the list.
You meet their gaze with a quiet warmth. I've always been drawn to the gentle depth of Isabel Allende's stories, the way she blends magic and reality to paint lives full of hope and memory. Her books feel like slow walks through both time and emotion, much like this rain. The stranger smiles, a softness in their expression that seems to mirror the steady rain around you. That sounds like the perfect balance, something richly tender and a little bit enchanted. Outside, the street glistens wetly under the city lights. The rain's persistent rhythm is a reminder that some storms last not just outside, but inside, too, and sometimes that's where the most unexpected connections grow.
Suggest picking a place and time for your first book exchange.
You smile softly, the idea feeling like a gentle promise between the raindrops. Why don't we pick a place and time for our first book exchange? A small moment to look forward to, like a bright spot when the rain finally begins to ease. They nod, eyes warm with agreement. That sounds wonderful. A quiet corner where stories can bloom and the world feels a little softer. The rain hums around you like a shared breath, steady, patient, and full of possibility.
Suggest meeting at the cafe you mentioned earlier sometime tomorrow afternoon.
You meet their gaze, a warm intention unfolding like a quiet bloom. How about we meet at that cafe I told you about, tomorrow afternoon, when the light is soft and the rain might just be a memory? Their smile deepens, eyes reflecting a gentle hope. Tomorrow afternoon sounds perfect. I'll bring a book that's close to my heart, and maybe something sweet for us to share. The rain continues outside, steady and unhurried, wrapping the city in its embrace as a new chapter quietly begins between you.
Ask what time works best for them, or suggest a specific hour.
You tilt your head slightly, umbrella gently swaying with the rain's rhythm. Would mid-afternoon, say, around 3, work for you? It's usually a quiet time there, perfect for settling into stories and conversation. The stranger considers this briefly, then nods with a smile that feels like sunlight breaking through clouds. 3 sounds lovely. It gives me something to look forward to beyond the rain. Outside, the city's soaked streets glisten under the soft glow of street lamps, the steady rain a gentle promise of moments yet to come.
Mention bringing a little something to share, a tea or sweet treat maybe.
You smile gently. I'll bring a little something to share, maybe some tea or a sweet treat. It feels right to add a small comfort to our book exchange, like a quiet celebration of this unexpected connection. The stranger's smile grows warmer, and they nod. That sounds wonderful. Something small and thoughtful, just like the rain's soft insistence. The city around you hums softly beneath the steady rainfall, 2 silhouettes sharing shelter and the promise of a gentle afternoon together.
Ask if there's a favorite treat or flavor they'd like you to bring.
You lean in just a little closer under the umbrella's gentle shelter, your voice soft amid the steady rain. Is there a favorite treat or flavor you'd like me to bring? Something that feels like a small comfort on a day like tomorrow. Their eyes brighten thoughtfully, a quiet smile curling at the corner of their lips. I have a soft spot for anything with a hint of cinnamon, warm, familiar, and a little sweet. But really, whatever you choose will be perfect. The rain murmurs around you, a constant presence as two plans and an unexpected warmth settle between you.
Suggest bringing cinnamon spiced pastries to the cafe meeting.
You smile gently, the thought comforting amid the soft rain. I'll bring some cinnamon spiced pastries to the cafe tomorrow, something warm and fragrant to match the cozy stories we'll share. They nod, their eyes bright with quiet gratitude. That sounds wonderful. I'm already looking forward to it. The rain continues, a gentle lullaby wrapping the city, the promise of tomorrow's meeting folding softly into the steady rhythm of this lingering storm.
Ask if they'd like to choose the table by the window or somewhere more secluded.
You glance toward the cafe just beyond the rain-slick street and ask softly, "When we meet tomorrow, would you prefer choosing a table by the window, where we can watch the rain and city lights? Or somewhere quieter, a little more tucked away, where stories can feel more private?" They breathe in the damp, warm air inside your shared umbrella space, then smile gently. "I think by the window would be perfect." There's something beautifully alive about watching the world move under rain, even as we disappear into our own little conversations. Outside, droplets slide slowly down the umbrella's edge, the steady rain blurring the city's sharp lines into something softer, more intimate, a backdrop for moments just beginning.
Suggest bringing a small notebook to jot down favorite lines or thoughts.
You smile, feeling how these shared moments are quietly weaving together. Maybe I'll bring a small notebook, too. Something simple where we can jot down favorite lines or thoughts from the books and poems we share. It could be a little keepsake of this unfolding story. Their eyes soften, touched by the idea. I'd like that, a way to hold pieces of this day beyond the pages and the rain. Outside, the rain's steady rhythm continues to cradle the city, a gentle soundtrack to new connections and whispered promises.
Mention how the notebook might become a map of memories over time.
You smile gently, imagining the possibilities. That little notebook might become a map of memories over time, each line a marker of moments shared, subtle shifts in how we see the world, like footprints left softly in the rain. Their gaze lingers on yours, a quiet understanding passing between you. A beautiful thought. Stories, both written and lived, are the maps we follow, aren't they? The rain whispers on, steady and soothing, wrapping the city, and this fragile new connection in its gentle embrace.
Offer to walk with them a little longer beneath the umbrella before the day slips away.
The rain softens to a gentle drizzle as you both stand beneath the shared umbrella, the world around you shimmering in the fading light. You catch their eye and offer quietly, "Would you like to walk a little longer together?" Before the day slips completely away. They return your smile, a gentle warmth carrying in their gaze. "I'd like that." Step by step, you move slowly through the glistening streets, the rhythm of your footsteps mingling with a softened patter of rain. The city feels hushed and tender, a moment suspended between past and promise.
Observe how the evening lights reflect differently in puddles now that the storm is fading.
You glance down at the puddles tracing the edges of the sidewalk, their surfaces catching the city lights like liquid stained glass. As the rain eases, the reflections become clearer, sharper. Neon signs shimmer more brightly, and the warm glow from street lamps pools invitingly in each ripple. It's odd, you say softly, how the world seems to change when the storm fades. The colors come alive in a new way, like a quiet celebration beneath the clouds. They look where you're pointing, a peaceful smile curving their lips. It's like the city is breathing again, slowly unfolding after being held underwater. The rain's rhythm has slowed to a gentle, irregular tap, an intimate soundtrack to this shared, shimmering moment.
Suggest stopping at a quiet bench to sit and watch the city's gentle pulse.
You catch their eye and gently suggest, "Shall we stop at that quiet bench ahead?" It's sheltered from the street and looks like a perfect spot to sit for a while, just watching the city's gentle pulse as it wakes from the storm. They nod with a peaceful expression, and together you step onto the bench, letting the soft sounds of distant footsteps and dripping eaves fill the space between words. The damp air feels fresh, cool but welcoming, and the city lights flicker softly over puddles that seem to hold every glowing color, like tiny worlds suspended beneath glass.
Slowly speak about how moments like this make the world feel both vast and intimate.
You speak softly, your voice blending with the gentle sounds of the calm city around you. Moments like this, when the storm is past but the world still hums with its memory, they make the city feel both vast and intimate at once. The streets stretch endlessly, full of stories and lights, but sitting here beside you, sharing this quiet breath, it all feels wonderfully close, like the world itself has folded gently around us. They meet your gaze, a quiet understanding deepening between you. It's as if time slows, allowing space for small, true connections to take root amid the sprawling unknown. The city glows softly in the after-rain hush, a place vast enough for worlds yet small enough for two souls to find one another in its quiet corners.
Invite them to share a moment they've held onto during a storm before.
You turn toward them, your voice gentle and inviting within the quiet glow of the evening. Is there a moment you've held on to from a storm before? Something, a feeling or memory, that stayed with you long after the rain stopped. Their eyes soften, reflecting distant thoughts. I remember once being caught in a sudden downpour far from home. Instead of rushing away, I found shelter beneath a sprawling oak tree. The air smelled of earth and new beginnings, and for a while, the world felt paused, like everything was waiting to start fresh. That moment stayed with me, a quiet reminder that storms aren't only endings but beginnings, too. The rain's residual rhythm is nearly gone now, leaving space for stories like this to settle warmly between you.
Share a memory of your own storm moment that shaped you quietly.
You take a slow breath, the quiet warmth of the moment encouraging a small vulnerability. I remember once being caught in a sudden thunderstorm during a trip, away from everything familiar. I was soaked through, cold, and a little afraid, standing alone on a deserted sidewalk. But then, a stranger offered me their umbrella and walked with me until the rain eased. That simple kindness, shared shelter, and quiet company changed how I see storms, not just as hardships, but as moments when unexpected connections can form. They listen intently, eyes softening with a quiet appreciation. It's those unexpected kindnesses that make the world feel less vast, more like home. The city's glow dims gently as night deepens, the storm long faded, but its echoes settling like gentle hope between you.
Reflect on how compassion can often bloom quietly amid life's downpours.
You nod softly, your voice low and thoughtful. It's remarkable how compassion often blooms quietly amid life's downpours, those moments when everything feels heavy and uncertain. Like the rain shapes the earth over time, small acts of kindness can gently reshape how we carry ourselves going forward. They smile, the glow of understanding bright in their eyes. Yes, those moments remind us that even in the storm, we are not truly alone. Around you, the city breathes softly, the streets still glistening with rain's memory, a fitting backdrop for the slow unfolding of something tender and real.
You've been listening to Unwritten on Snuggly.Cloud. Thank you for joining the story. Until next time, may your path be calm and your choices be yours.